Alright, back here with our first match with Budget Elf Ball. This hand's reasonable enough. Recast a historic spell, draw a card. Alright, lead on mana, start the beatdown plan. Freyalise is a very interesting templating of a card. Play Ryan's Elite. Obviously, we're extremely vulnerable to sweepers, but cool the alpha, conjure the power 9. Alright. Alright, and the opponent scoops, because when Elf Ball does Elf Ball things, it's very powerful. Elves. Elves. Elves are all we need. Alright, pass. What does this thing do? Control Toxic 1. Rats on rats on rats. Creature type, rat. Trigger. Guessing finding Craterhoof Behemoth, right? Yep. Found the rat colony. Mm-hmm. Oh, fun. Don't know that we're winning this particular war. Mm-hmm. So do that. Congratulations. I do believe you might be dead. $17. Mm-hmm. Boom, 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 boom. We outraced the rats. Alright, this one's clearly going to be a race. Huh. Tireless Provisioner is a fantastic card, but I don't know. I don't think this hand's fast enough against a. Sculptor of Winter. Into Azusa. Into a bunch of lands. Even play here. Alright, so could get our commander going here. Draw a card. Tail swipe's interesting. Just feel kind of anticlimactic that our opponent's Azusa deck is not ramping. Battlefield, you gain a life. Okay. You have a Field of Ruin. Not much else to do with it, but you have a Field of Ruin. Okay, this is Triumph. Sure. Shoot Swarm. Okay, that one's dying. blocks. I don't think we're winning this game. Triggers get a whole boatload of insects. Wharnclux. Yep. Lion shoots swarms. Alright, seek an elf. I think we can safely concede at this point, right? Alright. Another elf ball. Makes the target trigger to Exxon. Is perfect. Beast Whisper. Hand seems reasonable. Up against another hard ramp deck and a Tolly. Ironically, we have the near perfect counter to Monkey. Would love drawing their land next turn. Conjure 2 forests. Ramping hard. Interesting that they wouldn't just play a Tolly. I guess maybe they didn't have a land to play. Panharmonicon. Well, that's utterly terrifying. Alright, and our opponent scoops. Don't know that they should have quite yet, but Atali could certainly have gotten back into the game, but... Alright, so here with a quick wrap with Freyalise Elf Ball combo. For those of you that don't know what Elf Ball combo basically is, it's basically cast a bunch of elves, kill your opponent with some mana sink. Now, this can take the form of Yuzuri, it could take the form of Craterhoof Behemoth, Finale of Devastation. There's any number of ways to, finish off the game. Obviously, depending on the format. But, number one way to finish this deck finishes the game is Craterhoof Behemoth with a bunch of creatures in play. This is how Legacy deck does it. This is how Elves historically has done it, other than Modern, where I think Yuzuri is usually the usual way to do it. The rest of the deck, you have Early Acceleration, this, Jaspera Sentinel, Llanowar Elves, and then you have a bunch of other 2-mana accelerants. You try to eventually get to your big 3-drop accelerants with Elvish Archdruid, Circle of Dreams Druid, Merowin, etc. You have some lords, you have a little bit of utility and ramp. You have things like Rona's Monument to make it a little bit cheaper, Herald's Horn to draw a bunch of creatures, Bloodline Pretender to pump a team. But basically, you're just elf tribal. You make a bunch of mana, you find a different way to find Craterhoof, whether that be with Fierce Empath, whether that be with a large Finale of Devastation. I believe Finale Devastation. And then the rest of the deck is just, mana dorks, land, a little bit of fight, a little bit of interaction, as much as green can have, which to say isn't much. And then, Freyalise also has the option of, conjuring a Regal Force. Regal Force is a 7-drop that allows you to draw a bunch of cards. So this deck has a bunch of ways to attack the different things. It's one of the faster decks overall. Obviously, can struggle a little bit against decks with a bunch of sweepers. Is generally in line with most of the rest of the format in terms of speed, even despite the lack of mythics and rares in this deck. There are certainly some upgrades you can make, which we could maybe visit in other videos, but this was kind of the budget version from mtgazone.com, with the exception of adding a couple of rares that we already happen to have in Circle of Dreams Druid, Elvish Archdruid, and Merowin, the Nurturer. All with Preserve can produce an absurd amount of mana, allow you to potentially get, accelerating on turn 2, turn 3, and then just casting a bunch of spells. And then you have ways, like I said, to recoup things with things like Beast Whisperer and stuff, just to recoup card advantage. And then from there, it's just finding Craterhoof or just beating down with a bunch of elves. Deck's pretty self-explanatory. Hopefully you enjoy this kind of thing. If you like Brawl content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And if you also like other MTGA content, such as the Explorer format, please consider subscribing to the channel. And I hope to see you for our next video.